That's a good job. Oh yeah, mic's on. Okay. I'm gonna make a super quick video, like super quick video, explaining just like frame data, just real quick, just to help out people who don't really know the frame data in this game. So you can actually check the frame data of any given move by pressing the details button, which is R3. Now every single move has three values for their frame data. They have the startup, the advantage on hit, and the advantage on guard. Now most of these moves, damn near all of them actually, are plus on hit and guard, except for maybe something like the like this move, like a light move, 11 frame. Like the advantage on guard is zero in this case, and I'll get into why it's not very valuable to use light moves like that later on. But um so yeah, every single move has a startup, advantage on hit, and advantage on guard. Now, the goal of this game is to create a deck, right? That can have insane mix-up potential. So a lot of 50-50s between the verticals, horizontals, left and right, as well as something that can stay safe so that you can keep your turn for as long as possible until somebody either uses defensive on you or mashes you out of something because maybe it's not safe. Now, the way to do that is to, let's say I want to probably not use a stack. Let me actually use this one. It's the right one, right? Yeah. This is the deck I use for, well, it's similar, if not the same one. The deck I use for the tutorial on like the instant swapping, like when you go right back in the right, top right. But let's use this. So let's say I want this move to start, right? It's got 16 frames on the startup, 10 advantage on hit, and 4 on guard. This is cleaver blow. Now, in order to make this move into this move, a safe combo, which you always want to go for 12 frames, no, 11 frames safe. No, 12 frames safe. So you're not pushing through with a 12 frame move most of the time, even though some moves will get through because of latency. You want to make most things 12 frames safe. So this right here, I have the startup as 16. And then the advantage on guard is also 4. So you always want to go based off of the advantage on guard. If the advantage on guard is 4, then that means this move going into this move right here, which has a startup of 15, is going to be 11 frames, 12 frames safe, 11 frames unsafe. Now what that means is that a 12 frame move cannot poke through this combo, but an 11 frame move can. And on hit, it has an advantage of 10. So that means if you hit them with this, then they need 5 frames in order to get through this entire get poke through this combo. And there's no 5 frame moves in the game. So how I'm doing this is you'll have the advantage on guard of the first move that you want to start with, and then you'll subtract it from the startup of the next move. So you got 15, right? 15 startup minus 4 advantage on guard. That means 11 frames is going to be able to get through the string. Let's look at another one. So I have rising kick right here down in the face back fist. So here's rising kick. Rising kick has advantage on guard of 6. That's going down into face back fist right here. Face back fist has 17 startup. So if I were to take the advantage on guard from rising kick and subtract it from the startup of face back fist, that's 17 minus 6. That means that it's 11 frames unsafe, 12 frames safe. So that means that you're going to be able to poke through with an 11 frame move, but not a 12 frame move most of the time. It's the same thing with these. Let me show you an unsafe combo because you know how this loops into itself, right? So let's say I have face back fist. That's 4 on guard. And then you have wallop blow. I pressed R1 to go over to the next move like this. And then you have wallop blow, which is 14 frame startup. Now this is 11 frames safe, 10 frames unsafe. So that means that they're going to need a 10 frame move in order to poke through this. But because it loops, and you can see that it loops by this indicator going from top bottom right back into bottom right, that means that you can use this move's frame or advantage on guard and then subtract it from the startup of the face back fist right here. So this right here is an unsafe string because the advantage on guard is 5. So then, if the advantage on guard is 5, you want to subtract it from the startup of the move before it because this is looping back into itself. So it's going to be 17 minus 5. That's 12 frames. That means that it's 12 frame unsafe, 13 frames safe. That means that somebody can poke through it with a 12 frame move, which is a lot of starters. It's pretty much the exact same thing, like with almost the entire deck. There's gonna be moves that's and oh yeah, so let me get to this. Now the reason I have this unsafe string right here looping is because this alternative right here is actually a safe combo. So let's say that they guard the wallet blow. So that means I have 5 frames of advantage. Now, if I throw face back fist and they have a 12 frame, they're just gonna poke right through it. But if I throw wallet blow, which is 5 on guard, and then I throw back Ura, which is a 12 frame startup, then they're not going to be able to get through to that. You know what I mean? All right. What else? Advantage on hit. Let's look at this string right here. This string has 12 frame startup, 6 advantage on hit, right? But it keeps on going through. It has this is a good string by the way. It has advantage on guard of 2. So that means that it's a 12 frame startup, advantage on guard of 2. You hit the next move. That's a 13 frame startup. The advantage on guard from the previous move on yeah, well the previous move's advantage on guard was 2. So this is going to be 11 frames unsafe. 12 frames safe. Then you got a move right here. You got outward kick from underneath kick, 3 on guard, and then you got 12 frames startup. So that's going to be 9 frames unsafe, 10 frames safe. Now you got advantage on hit. Now the reason this heavier move is right here, even though the advantage on guard is not going to be able to work with this move because this is 2 on guard and then this is 16 frame startup. That means that it's a 14 frame unsafe string and a 15 frame safe string. The reason why I have it like this is, like I said before, the mix-up potential. So now if I throw this and I hit them with this move, the advantage on hit is 6. So then I'll go into the startup of this move and it will be 10 frames unsafe, 11 frames safe. They can't poke through that with most of the moves in the game. So that's why you mix up like these combos between advantage on hit and advantage on guard so that you're able to craft a deck that can properly punish and mix people up at the same time while maintaining pressure. Now, there's no such thing as the perfect deck, especially on PlayStation, because there's a lot of latency in the game that messes with the frame data. Some like host advantages and stuff like that will have you suffering maybe like a 1 frame or 2 frame loss, sometimes even more. It's ridiculous. But that's pretty much the basics of it, frame data and so on.